What's going on YouTube? Um, I normally don't do this, but just wanted to come on here for a little bit and talk about an issue that most drummers, musicians, let me just say musicians, won't talk about. So, and I want to talk about living out your dream. Is it possible for your dreams to come into fruition, if that's how you say it, in your mid-30s? I don't know if anybody noticed, but the majority of the drummers or musicians rather that are doing really big stuff are in their 20s. 20, 21, 22, fresh out of Berklee, while in music school, any music school. These producers or music directors are snatching them up and giving them huge opportunities, whether it's fill-in dates or auditions, whatever the case may be. And the proof is in the pudding. I'm not saying that these young lions, what's up, man? That these young lions are not earning their opportunities because of their gifts, but the opportunity is given. So when you're 18, 19, and you gotta have chops, but what MDs look for is discipline to play the song, to play the pocket. So really, I believe that's the easiest thing a drummer can learn, is to play a tasteful pocket and parts. You got to make it in the shade. And then I think it's about where you're from. Prime example, it's a couple of young drummers, they're brothers out of Chicago. One left, went to play for Khalid. The other one, I think by maybe a couple of years later, he left, went to play for LMA. Both are phenomenal young drummers. One is 24 and the other one is 22. They're 2 years apart. So right now, they doing it. But they both are phenomenal because they have the chops, they have the discipline, and they have the style. What music directors look for, they pretty much have. So, which brings me to my question. There are a lot of drummers who are older that have the exact same thing, but they haven't went anywhere for whatever reason. So my question is it possible to live out a dream when you've been grinding, and you're in your mid-30s? Is it possible to live out that dream at that age. Now, I'm not talking about those drummers that are doing it, that have been doing it, because the majority of the drummers who are in their 30s. What's up, man? Most drummers who are in their 30s that are doing it. Nigga, what's good, man?
Man, just from Homer Street. You don't remember your brother?
What you doing over here, man?
I'm always in the hood, man. You still chopping?
Forever, man.
Let's go.
Forever. So most of the drummers that are already doing it in their 30s, they've been doing it since their 20s. You know, Eric Moore, Thomas Pridgeon, Ronald Bruner, Tony Royster, you know, Varro Johnson, you know, Brent Easton. Those dudes been on the top of the game since their 20s. Wallace Walker, you know, those guys. But for an average dude who's good and just grinding, is it possible? You know, some dudes say, yeah, it is, because, you know, they'll throw God in there, and I'm a firm believer in God. You know, God can make everything possible, and you just gotta stay the course. But some drummers don't feel that way. You know, they feel like they've been at the bottom of the totem pole for years, been overlooked, you know, not good enough, whatever the case may be. So I just really want to pose that question. Is it possible? Because there was a poster that came out that says, you know, can't worry about the other musicians' approval, you're playing, you know, and you can't really care if they think you good or not. You just got to keep on going. And to an extent, that's true. To an extent. Because I think my fiance says the few views that you get, you never know who's in those few views. And I totally agree with her. But the more exposure you get, I think the more your chances increase. So, but most musicians won't talk about that because you'll be deemed too sensitive. And I'm coming from a real place here. You'll be too sensitive if it is your concern. Not to say that you have to base your success on anybody else, but it is nice to, you know, like the Bible say, to have your gift make room for you. And some dudes think that, you know, maybe it meant when it said bring you before great men, maybe they meant the deacon board, or maybe they meant the pastor, or you know, your peers, or somebody that you looked up to, or I don't know. But just a concern, peeps. I don't know how many is gonna see this, but feel free to comment in the comment section. I'll be putting out more videos like this. I know I have a few drum videos. I think about 19 to 20 drum videos of me playing at church. But I'll definitely be putting up more videos like this because I would like to tackle issues that plagues the minds of musicians who just can't get a break, you know? So I'm at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Y'all be easy.